G'day tubers and welcome to Aussie RV Adventures Part 29. How is everyone? I hope everyone's well. We have moved down to Maryborough from Bendigo. We finished in Bendigo on Monday, so we've moved down here. We're going to do some more prospecting and get right into this. Couple of points. I've been informed that sometimes this is getting a bit hard to hear, so I shall endeavour to do the audio better. What else? No, that's about it, really. As I say, we're in Maryborough, and I've only had a quick look around, but bring it on. I reckon we're going to have some luck here. I can just feel it in me bones. Well, this is Maryborough, tubers, and like most of the towns, I guess, in the Golden Triangle, actually Maryborough was discovered, or established, or settled, 1840, I think it said, by the Simpson brothers who started farming. Gold was discovered in 1854, and from there, the rest is history. But lovely town, as you can see driving through. Very nice place. Lots of old historic buildings and that, so we'll be having a good look around here, and apparently there's quite a lot of history. Quite a lot of gold in the past. That probably means I won't be finding any. But, so a lot of good footballers come out of the area here. So that's Maryborough. Let's go and have a look. You come across a few of those tubers. This is, of course, a gold puddler, and what they used to do was chuck all the clay and all that in there, and they had a horse tethered to the post in the centre, and there was like a plough, and he would walk around, and that would break up all the gold out of the clay, and then they would just simply pan it out, and behind them is the water supply. Righto, tubers, I'm going to give you a lesson in how to find gold here. Now, the camera's focused right on a spot where I've got a signal. It says it's non-ferrous, which means it could be gold, lead, aluminium, brass, anything like that. So have a listen. Now I get about 50 of these a day, but we're going to dig and I'm going to show you, and I want you guys to tell me what I'm doing wrong. Then again, it could be a piece of gold. We'll just go a bit to start off with. Alright, so we've got it out. And there it is there. Alright, sounds like it's in the scoop. It's in my hand. And there it is. Guess what? 22 cartridge. Do you know how many of them I've dug up? Haven't come across this one before, tubers. We're out in Maryborough there somewhere. Test pad, please do not dig targets. 2 ounce, 15 grams, 7 grams, 3 grams, righty.
Test targets are not gold, please leave. Now, is that fair income or not? You don't know, like, someone could be trying to turn you away. I mean, there's no phone numbers or anything, no address of any organisation that's put it there, so yeah, it makes you wonder. It could be fair income, or it might not be, who knows? It's probably a really good spot. Might do a little bit more research on that.
Came across this place, tubers. I don't know what it used to be. Obviously something to do with mining or something. If you look over the back there, you can see there's a great mound of, tailings or whatever, but might be worth a bit of a scratch. Not for gold, but for some old relics and bits and pieces. You never know. I mean, there's obviously, been some sort of infrastructure here, and where there's infrastructure, there's people, and people drop stuff out of their pockets. So, yeah, it might be worth a scratch. You never know. Well, tubers, same old story. Here we go. Nails, nuts and bolts, bits of wire, an interesting looking hammerhead sort of a thing. Yeah, plenty of 22 cartridges, as I say, lots of lead. The usual stuff, but got talking to a guy, and he's given me a location very nearby where he has found gold in the past. So we are going out there for a look tomorrow because I am getting sick of digging up this sort of stuff. Have a look at this pack of freeloaders. Fair income these animals will do anything for a feed. They walk around this place like they own it. And yeah, no, there's a big lake just behind the caravan park there, and that's where they live. But they come walking through the park thinking they own the joint. So I gave them a little bit of bread, and yeah, they thoroughly enjoyed it. Of course, like all pecking orders, as soon as the bigger birds are finished, the swans, have a look at this lot bloody well moving in. It's like, oh, you can just about set your watch by this lot. I'm going to try the same thing again tomorrow, and I'll bet you it'll be the same bloody time. Have a look at them though. Anything for a free feed.
Tubers, there's rubbish, of course, but this stuff looks to be a little bit older. Look at this tin. Look at the spout on that. You don't see it like that anymore. Must have had some cork or something to bloody seal the top of it, but yeah, unusual tin. Something obviously fairly heavy. Old bloody pot riveted, probably part of an old furnace or boiler or something. There's another piece of it. Yeah, amazing stuff. You know, we've been throwing out shit for years and years. What do we got here? An old bloody bowl or pan or some sort. Yeah, amazing. Tell you what, tubers, I've dug up some stuff in me time, but have a look at this. A bloody old iron. Wouldn't that rot your socks? Tell you what, guys, I just dug up that iron, and if I had have opened my eyes a little bit, I wouldn't have even dug it at all, because not 4 or 5 metres away, someone once again has used the bush for a tip. So I should have known.
One thing there's plenty of out here, tubers, and that is gum trees. And this one's a beauty. I mean, what better spot to camp than right under this, eh? Safe as the Titanic, I reckon. Well, more prospecting tubers and once again the usual stuff. But this stuff's not too bad. It's a little bit older, some of it. Um, yeah, especially this little cap that you're about to see. It says made in the United States. It's a little threaded cap. I don't know what it's of. And this little bit of ornate trimming, I'm trying to work out, I'm pretty sure it's a copper or a copper-coated bronze or something, which you just wouldn't see anymore these days. But, yeah, amazing little pieces, that little bits of history that you dig up. I tell you, it's a lot of fun. And of course, guys, we could not do prospecting anywhere in the triangle without digging up our old favourite, the 22 cartridge.
Tubers, here's some of the bigger stuff that you dig up. Looks like a bloody boomerang. It must be some bracket off a wall or a corner or door or something, for a corner. And there's that as well. I dig up heaps of this sort of stuff, but you can't bring it all back. I mean, how much do you what do you do with it? Tell you what, tubers, I know nothing about gold mining, and I know even less about bloody gold prospecting. But I tell you, I'm in an area here, and this is an old dam, and I just come across it, and I thought, I'll bet you on the downstream side of that there's a gold puddler. And sure enough, I come up and looked around, and what do you see right there? See that circle with the mound in the middle, where they tethered the horses, as I was telling you? And interestingly enough, over where this nice green bit of grass is, and you can see little zooks over there, all this area, I think, had houses on it for a long time ago, because I'm digging up lots of little rubbish and bits and pieces and knickknacks. I tell you, I'm finding more relics than what I am bloody gold, because I still haven't found any gold, so it's got to be all relics or junk, one or the other. But yeah, it's funny how you learn things where you knew nothing. But I thought, yep, look at that, there's a dam. I thought for sure there'll be a gold puddler, and there it is. Now tubers, this is gold prospecting tips for the beginner, of which I'm one, but it is one thing I found out, it's so important to look around the surrounding ground to save yourself a lot of digging and a lot of misery. Now this is the gold puddler that I just mentioned here at where the hell are we? Maryborough. And I was looking around, and sure enough, this isn't a bad one. Look at that. You see there is a piece of steel pipe or steel conduit, and if you look at the direction it goes along that way over into the dam. But look at what's between us and the dam. Now someone's got a signal here, and they've had a real good dig, and I just put the detector in it, and I'm still getting a good signal. That's the pipe. Now he's dug all that effort and frustration, and all he had to do was just come back and look a little bit, and he would have spotted the other end of that conduit. So yeah, that's a tip for beginners, guys, is have a good look around. I think I mentioned it the other day when I dug up that old iron. If I had looked a bit harder, I would have seen there was a whole heap of rubbish. Just saves yourself a lot of work.
And here's Friday's diggings, guys. A few interesting little bits and pieces. Tiny little hinge off some little bit of furniture or something. I couldn't get it to work, but I will. Couple of little 22s as per usual. Bit of chain, a handle off someone's old footlocker or something. Couple of handles there, and bearing race, nuts and bolts. Heaps of these big square nuts. Which you don't get anymore because no one makes square nuts anymore. But just the usual sort of bits and pieces, a few bits of lead. But having said that, tomorrow is Saturday. We're not going to do any prospecting tomorrow. We're going to go into town. There's quite a few interesting things to see in Maryborough. So we're going to do that tomorrow. That, in a nutshell, is about part 29. Thank you to my subscribers and my viewers. I hope the sound is a little bit better this time. I've tried to make it a little bit louder and that. Let me know if it's no good. And yeah, coming up in part 30, 30 parts, we'll have some nice views of a few of the buildings and that, and a bit of stuff in Maryborough for you to have a look at. We might even stay another week here. I think it's a nice town and that. And I think there's a bit more prospecting to be done. So we'll see you in part 30, guys.